So this is me talking through the MyMaths lesson for coordinates 2, negative coordinates. We're going to be looking in this lesson at reading and plotting coordinates in all 4 quadrants. Quadrants are sort of quarter of the coordinate grid. And looking at shapes in coordinates. And prior knowledge, we're going to know plotting coordinates in one quadrant, covered in coordinates 1. Should have looked through that video already. And we're going to look at some of describing points, coordinate practice, treasure maps, plotting coordinates, introducing 4 quadrants, and fill in the blanks. Okay, so let's get started. Coordinate grid. Okay. We can make it bigger. We can include negative numbers, so we can go down from 0. We can go back from 0 there. So we've got some negatives there going down, some negatives there going across. Still got the x-axis. The negative part hasn't got a special name. It's still the x-axis, and you've got the y-axis that's still going up and down. And exact same rules apply for coordinates. So how far across and how far up or down. Origin's in the center now instead of the corner. And we want to know the coordinates for this. So it's 2 across and 2 up. So it's going to be 2, 2. So that's the basics. Right, so if we click on a point here, let's start off with this one. Think about the answer and then click next. What are the coordinates? So 2 across and 1 up should be 2. 2, 1. So let's try another. Let's do some different things. So let's try one over here. So that's 4 across and 2 down. So we're not going to put 4, 2. We're going to put 4 minus 2. Let's try another again. Let's try one here. So that's 5 to the left, so it's a minus 5 going across and 4 going up. So it's going to be minus 5, 4. I'll try one more. So this one is minus 2 across and minus 3 down. So it's going to be minus 2, minus 3. Okay, we won't try another. So we've seen all the different quadrants there. Right, so picking out the different places. So the wood is going to be minus 1, 2, which is reading off the numbers. Minus 1, 2. The lake is 1 across and 1 up. The cave is minus 4 across and minus 4 down. And the hill is going to be 3 across and minus 4 down. Got them right, so let's have a look at the next bit. Drag them to the correct spots. So minus 2, minus 4. So it's minus 2 across, minus 4 down. There it is. 1 minus 4, so it's 1 across and minus 4 down. There it is. And 3, 1, so 3 across and 1 up. And then what have we got to do? We have got to find the last coordinate, so it's the corners of a kite. So I think that it's going across here, up here, around to some point here, and then back. So this went 1, 2, 3 across. I think that it should go 1, 2, 3 up here, and then because the kite's symmetrical about that. So it should be minus 2, minus 1. Let's try that. Great, that's right. So you can see now how it makes a kite. I should remember that from the lesson we did on quadrilaterals. So the axes, plural of axis, divides the coordinate grid into 4 quadrants. So a quadrant is each of these different corners. First quadrant is top right. The second and third and fourth are numbered going anti-clockwise. So quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. You don't really get them called quadrant 2, 3, or 4 normally. You just normally say coordinates, but this is technically correct. Okay, starting with all positives and then just going anti-clockwise round, numbering them. Okay. Right, so fill in the blanks. The first quadrant has, well, that was top left, wasn't it? So everything was positive there. Second quadrant, well, that was this one over here. We went anti-clockwise. So the x-coordinates became negative, but it was still at the top, so the y's were positive. Third quadrant, that was down here. That's where everything is negative. And the last one, the fourth quadrant, has got x-coordinates. Well, the fourth quadrant's down here, so the x-coordinates were positive again, but we're still down the bottom half, so the y's were negative. So that's all it is, really. It's not really that much more difficult. If you know anything about negative numbers at all, it should be just as easy. And have a go at the attached homework and let me know if you got any problems in chat.